Hello, today we're going to be learning how to play All of Me by John Legend on the guitar, the acoustic guitar today. And before we get into that, I want to tell you a little bit about the history of the guitar. Most of the information I got was from Acoustic Music. It's a website that basically has an entire timeline dating back to the BC area to present. They've been working on this website this timeline for a little over 20 years now. And the little bit I pulled from it doesn't really begin to cover the entire history of where the guitar came from. While doing my research, I've seen several different stories and about where the guitar came from. It started with a guy in Spain to some German immigrant that came to the United States. This popular instrument has many different versions, starting with the oud, which is a type of lute dating back to 3000 BCE. The instrument that we know today was first mentioned in 1265. It was first known by the names the Moorish guitar and the Latin guitar, which eventually evolved into just the guitar. Classical guitar didn't come until about 1730, when people started favoring simplicity over complexity. They actually had called the era or the time between 1730 to 1820 the classical period. The best known composers of this period are Haydn and Mozart and Beethoven. This six-string guitar evolved in the 1750s, where Beethoven was the most influential figure. He was most influential for the transition from classical to romantic era in the Western music. Now, moving out of the history, we're going to talk a little bit about the classical guitar. So, where actually I learned how to play some of the songs that I know is this website called Tab's Ultimate Guitar. It has a bunch of different songs posted by the public who break down the notes for you, tells you exactly what notes, where this red thing that we're going to talk about a little later goes, and how your fingering is, what parts of the songs to play which notes, strumming patterns, etc. And it's really helpful if you want to learn different songs besides this one. Now, this red little device is called a capo. It's basically a pitch control. You put it on the neck of the guitar, which is just this part all the way up, right? And it helps change the tone or the pitch of the song or the strings so that you can play different songs. My bad. So today we're going to start off with the capo on the 2nd fret. The trick about placing the capo is that you want it as close to a silver divider as possible, just to get the richest sound and to make it clear. Alright, so now we're going to learn the chords for All of Me by John Legend. Now, when looking at a chord chart, they rotate the guitar vertical, so you're looking at it right to left. Sorry. And the strings for the guitar start off with E, then A, then D, then G, then B, then E. So E is on both the top and the bottom. You got the low E and the high E. All right. So I've already placed my capo on the 2nd fret. All right. And the first note that we're going to learn today is the E minor. So the E minor is a pretty simple note. It only starts off with 2 fingers. I use my pointer and middle finger. And the E minor is going to be on this 4th fret right here. So it's going to be on the 2nd string from the top, your index finger, which is the A. And then your middle finger is going to be on the string right below that, which is the D, in the same fret. All right, and then we're just going to strum. And that's what should it sound like. Now, the next note that we're going to play is the C. Now, the trick to transitions is to make little movement as possible. So you don't want to keep lifting all your fingers and trying to find the place again. So the trick for this one is to keep your middle finger down, because you're going to be using that same string in the same fret, and moving your pointing finger down to the 2nd string from the bottom, which is the B, in the 3rd fret, and then taking your ring finger and placing it on the string from 2nd from the top in the 5th fret, and that is the A string, and you're going to strum. Right? All right, the next note that we're going to learn is the G. Now you do have to lift all your fingers for this one, so you just have to practice the transition from C to G. And we're going to start off with our pointer finger going on the second string from the top on the 4th fret, as you can see, and then taking your pointer finger, my middle finger, and putting it on the top string in the 5th fret. And then you're going to take your ring finger and placing it on the same fret, the 5th fret, on the second from the bottom string. Now, the G is played a couple of different ways. You can put your pinky down on that string below it, the E, and play it, or you can keep it lifted up and just playing that one string. It sounds generally the same. It depends on what kind of sound you want. So the difference is my pinky's off, right? And then pinky on. Yeah, same thing. All right, and then you're gonna go from the G to the D. So this is also one you have to lift all your fingers for as well. And you're going to take your pointer finger, put it in the 4th fret on the 3rd from the bottom string, which is the G, and then you're going to take your middle finger and put it on the bottom string, the E, in the same fret, the 4th fret, and then you're going to take your ring finger, place it in the middle of the strings, the top from the second, the second from the bottom, and you're gonna be in the 5th fret for this one, right? And this is on the B string. And you're gonna strum, right? So those are all of our chords. So now you're gonna learn the strumming pattern. And this one, strumming pattern, is pretty simple. It's a 1 and count kind of strumming pattern, and it's just down. If that doesn't really make sense, so down meaning just strumming down, because some songs you strum up, and it makes a different sound because of the low and high E. So this one is just going to be down, and you're going to go 1 and 2 and that's the count. So we're going to use the E minor for an example, and you're going to go, so it sounds like this. Alright, the very important thing about playing this song is sometimes you can play it too fast, so even though it sounds like it, so it sounds like you're playing it right, you might be playing it way too fast. So a good thing is to keep pace. That's a very important thing. So whether it's tapping your foot or counting in your head or using one of those pendulum things. I don't know the actual term for it. But what it should sound like if you throw it all together, this is just the intro of the song. I want to throw that in there. Is this. And now you know how to play All of Me by guitar. I hope you guys enjoyed learning how to play this. Now, my textbook concept that I decided to relate to this, let me show you, is digital storytelling. I feel like that was more related to my intro when I was talking about the guitar history. And I hope you guys practice. And like I said again, Ultimate Tabs, or Tabs Ultimate Guitar, is a very good website for beginners who just want to learn songs and try to play the guitar. That's how I learn, is by just playing different songs so that I can learn the different chords and transitions. Thank you.